Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and checking out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right, back in my living room, doing what I do for you. It got a little cool out there in my lab. Did a couple of shows, but I'm back inside. But I got one. Hope you enjoy this. So let's go. Right is 25 will live by a storyteller, story with a message, the story for life. I don't know why I can't, like, I'm seeing myself here. Like a little dark to me. I don't know what's going on with the light situation here. All right, I don't know. Hope that's better. All right, here we go. Rightism. 25 will live by. We just did that. Excuse me. Right thinking statement. My mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to help you obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka knowing ourselves, opening up that third eye, conquering the ego. All right, the question is, know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not but know that they know not is simple. Teach them. Tune in. That's why I do what I do for you. I got you. A person who knows not but believe that he know, avoid them dangerous. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can wake you up. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I got you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers. Know thyself. And to Maya be true. You know, we talk about a lot of things, but mainly with me, it's all about character and aspects of your character. We call them God and goddesses, but this is one God or God aspect that nobody's saying in modern times, really don't get it right. So let me help you out with this one. Right thinkers, let's talk about that egoistic consciousness. Mm-hmm. They call it the alpha male. Mm-hmm. They call it the alter ego. Mm-hmm. Some even call it Satan, the devil. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ancient Egyptians called it Set, ego. You can't get rid of who and what you identify yourself with. Best you can do is to defeat it, conquer it. That's what Haru did conceptually, but they don't seem to understand. Let's talk about the egoistic consciousness. These are the alpha male and female who is all about the self, all about them, all about getting that drive. They think that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. It drives you to do. Yeah, that's what it does. That's what it does. But if you let that be the driving force of your life and who you are, it's not going to be good. Your spiritual growth is better when you learn to do what? Defeat your ego. Conquer your ego. Not let the ego run wild. Not hold on to it and let it run wild. Because if you're successful in life, that's what got you successful. So you can't let it go. I understand that. Egoistic consciousness people are powerful, power hungry people, control freaks who, because that's what drives them and they've been getting away with it and they successful with it, they're not going to stop. But that's why when you become a master self, you put that ego in check. All those successful people, all those good, hot, all egoistical consciousness people. I was an egoistical person for most of my life until I became enlightened. It's called being humble spiritually. Because right now, egoistic people, they are on top of the game. They financially secure. They got good position. They got good education. They got good station in life. So they walk around their chest poked out. They could care less about God. And some of them perpetrate God because that's another one of these games that they play. But the egoistical concept people don't know there are, they are, egoistic people don't know they are egotistical. They don't really know that that's how they are. And that's the sad part, because we praise them, we acknowledge them, and we give them all the kudos. But because of their station and that personality they have, nobody sees a problem. Well, it's okay. That's why most of the people, the driving force, are run by those kind of people. Ego-driven people are ignorant to their egos. They just don't know. See? Again, let's talk about it. We are spiritual first, right thinkers. Me, I become second. The ego demands that he wants to be first. I'm first. I signify the individual, which is how you identify it. But remember, the am is the spiritual aspect that makes you whole. If you're I, you're by yourself. If you're me, you're self-serving. I'm just saying, that's just the right thinking concept. So this is how I deal with ego, okay? It don't run me. Spiritual knowledge is overriding the egoistic consciousness. Right thinking philosophy teaches that. Again, right thinking philosophy teaches you how to put your ego in check. Use it to your benefit. I tell you all the time, when I don't want to do something, I'm tired, or ego, okay, why? Because he's going to do that. I tell you, he fight for Ra in the underworld. Why? Because everybody else don't get it. He won't stop. We done had that lesson before, but that's what I'm saying. But if you are ego-driven, if you are egoistic consciousness person, you are ego-driven, and it's ego first. Right thinking philosophy makes you aware of your ego so you won't have that problem. Okay? Egoistic minded people think they know when they don't know. Those are the ones that's dangerous. They're a danger to themselves and others. I'm just saying. Don't get mad at me. I'm just laying out there. All right. The egoistic concepts are all about the me, the I, the self. And I'm telling you, as a right thinking and self-mastery of spirituality, that is wrong thinking. Watch. When I was drug dealing and womanizing, I was an egoistical, conscious person. All about me. The pleasures that I can get. Satisfying me. Doing me. Some people loved it. Some people like, that's you. Yeah, you the man. Again, the egoistic consciousness is false sense of identity, because it leads you down the path of serving yourself. I served myself for many years. It got me about a bunch of nothing. Memories. A lot of them ain't good. But I have control of my ego consciousness with daily practice of right thinking philosophy, knowing myself, understanding the philosophical concepts that I set forth, and you put the ego in check. If the ego is running the show, whoa. Okay, the ego is a bad man. When he's in control, all me, all I, all the time. No compassion, no empathy, no makaru, no knowledge of self, no awakening. None of those things happen to egoistic conscious people. Egoistic people are not spiritually aware. They serve themselves. That's why. Next one is the thought pattern of an egoistic conscious person is, again, wrong thinking. Watch. I teach right thinking philosophy because I know wrong thinking. I did it for a long time. So I can tell you what not to do with certainty. If all you want out of life is to do you and do your thing, that's wrong thinking. That's the egoistic concept. All about me, all about me. Some people don't get it. No matter how much you get, you're going to want more and more. That's the ego. It's greedy. It will never be satisfied. It's driven to just want and do. That's why if you don't control it, it will do just that. Egoistic people are very selfish. No thought and no concern for others. No compassion, no empathy. I don't care. They don't care. Egoistic people, when successful, will not change their egoistic ways of thinking. What's up, Moon? All right, here you go. I'm about to wrap this up, and I'm putting it out there for you, hoping you're getting it. You know, the message is there. The ego is a part of your conscious. It must be controlled. It must be put in check. It cannot run the show. They got the new show called Alter Ego. We all have one. Some of us more than one. But it should be kept under wraps and in check. Like, you know, Superman, he got to pull it out every now and then. That's just the alter ego. People, I only pull it out when I do my thing here, okay? So I understand. Trust me. We are our egos. If you're ignorant of spiritual knowledge, you will be egoistic consciousness, and you will be self-serving. You will not be a spiritual conscious person. Some of them fake it. Right thinking philosophy will put your ego in line, and it will work for you. That's how you use the ego to your benefit. Right thinking spiritual people are not ego driven. They worship and they devote it to God and give him praise and honor for the things that they do. And when he gives them their blessings, that's what we do. Praise him, worship him, and then you repay him with good deeds and virtuous lifestyle. Don't need a religion for that. It's all spiritual. The ego is not God. It's your identity. It's you. It's the ID that you have for yourself. The id, psychologically, me, I, that's self. Don't forget the am. If you say I and don't put am, you're using the ego. You're ego-driven. Ego is edging God out. And when you say I, you're solo. You're by yourself. My ego is my servant, not my leader. That's right thinking philosophy. That's how I do it. Try it. You may like it. Thank you. I'll be back.